Hi, Nick here. It's the end of September. We have a beautiful summer's day, but don't be fooled. The rest of the month was quite cold. We had quite a bit of rain coming through, but heating up quite nicely at the moment. As you can see, there's a lot of bees busy at the back here, but it's not only the bees that are busy. As you can probably hear from the background noise, a lot of grinding going on, and it's a dash till the end to hopefully finish the extension on the tasting room by the end of the month. I was out in the vineyards this morning. Everything is budding beautifully, and it's looking like we're going to have a beautiful crop for the 2022 season. I'm busy preparing the Rhodium blend, the 2020 Rhodium blend at the moment. So let me take you down to the cellar and go and show you what the process is to blend a perfect wine. Welcome to the Oldenburg red wine cellar. All the components that I need for blending the Rhodiums are all around me. I'm busy standing here at some Merlot, and as you know, the Rhodium is a right bank Bordeaux blend, so predominantly Merlot or Cabernet Franc. We'll have to see who the winner is this year. The last two blends that I've made, the 19 and the 18, were both Cabernet Franc dominant, but who knows, maybe Merlot gets lucky this year and comes in. And then we've also got some Cabernet Sauvignon. So last year I sneaked in about 10% of Cabernet Sauvignon into the blend, into the 2019, just to help with the structure. But who knows, 2020, slightly fuller year, maybe we don't need the cab. So the process that I go through is, first of all, we go through quite an extensive tasting process, myself and Jürgen, and we pull in some of our team members from the tasting room to help as well. And we taste through all the components on a 2-3 monthly basis, rate them. So pretty much now I know what my components are for Rhodium, how they're going to work. But the mystery is now to find out in what ratios they're going to work. So what we first do is we just quickly draw some samples. Here I've got some Merlot from a block called OV12, one of our big Cabernet blocks here. It's something, this Merlot gives a lovely red fruit character to the blend, and Merlot is also a great variety to soften the blend, plush the blend. So this is one of the components. What I'll do for the Rhodium is I'll also choose a barrel selection out of this block, walk through every single barrel, taste it, mark it, maybe even make a little comment on the barrel, and then decide what goes to Rhodium. As you know, Rhodium is our Rondekop range, our reserve range, and only the best is good enough for Rhodium. Okay, so I've come from the barrel cellar and I've drawn all these samples. So I've got 6 components to play with here. 2 components of Cabernet Franc, 1 component of Merlot, and then just for a little bit of fun, I've got 3 different Cabernet Sauvignon components that I might use and I might not use. So the process is now just to taste through the components on their own, just get my head around the flavor spectrums that I'm getting, and then from there to start pulling out these measuring cylinders and then starting to play around with the different ratios to see which gives me the best combination. Okay, so I've got 4 components here, 2 components of Cabernet Franc, a component of Merlot, and then a component of Cabernet Sauvignon. So the first block is Obi-Wan. This is a block just in front of our tasting room. Vineyard's about 16 years old, and lovely red fruit on this block. You know, that telltale herbaceousness that you get from Cabernet Franc, but a good herbaceousness. So lots of fresh herbs, a little bit of bay leaves here. This is OV2, also Cabernet Franc right next door, but on a section which is slightly more gravelly. So I'm expecting to have probably a bit more structure coming from this. On the nose, quite similar to number 1, but a lot of cinnamon on this. But on the palate, a lovely fullness. So now I've got a little bit of an idea of my Cabernet Francs. 2 very strong components that I can use. Let's move on to number 3. This is the Merlot. The Merlot in 2020 was amazing. Lots of black currant, that typical black currant that you're getting from the fruit in the bun hook. And I definitely can use this as an aromatic component. This is going to bring a lot of that blue fruit spectrum into the wine. On the palate, a lovely lushness, very good length. So definitely something that I think I can use quite a bit of. So I can definitely see quite a good ratio between the Cabernet Franc and the Merlot. Lastly, the Cabernet, OV5, one of our top vineyards. A bit more forest flory, also slightly more darker fruit, lots of plum. And then some really, really good tannin there. You know, what you can expect from Cabernet Franc, a little bit more fullness. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play around with these components, the Cabernet Franc and the Merlot. And then maybe if I feel I'm looking for a little bit more structure or want a little bit more length, I might put in 5 to 10% Cab Sav. But yeah, let's see what happens. I think I'm going to start off with more or less the blend that I had last year. So maybe more Cabernet Franc dominant. 60 Cabernet Franc, 40 Merlot, and see what that does. Take that up to 100 ml. Put it into the glass. And then I'm going to give it a little swirl, just to marry the two. Yeah, on the nose, some nice dark plum coming through. That black currant from the Merlot sticking itself out, but also some nice complexity and nice cinnamon flavors coming from the Cab Franc. Definitely a contender. The Cabernet Franc bringing a nice silkiness into the wine. The Merlot's a nice fruit profile. But you know, let's see what a dash of Cabernet Sauvignon does, just for, you know, maybe just a little bit of that. See what that does. That's a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon from OB5, a block situated on Coffee Clip, one of our top Cabernets here on Oldenburg. Pulls the nose slightly into a darker spectrum, so a bit more dark fruit, brambleberries. I like that. It's taken the tannin to a slightly heavier spectrum, given it a little bit of length. And it's amazing, you know, what a little bit of something can do. Maybe even 3% of Cabernet Sauvignon. You know, how it can give it length, how it can give it structure, how it can change the nose profile slightly. So yeah, could definitely work. The wine of the month is our 2018 Rhodium, a blend of 55% Cabernet Franc and 45% Merlot. Lovely dark red color on the nose. Oh, just really lots of red currants. Touch of herbalness there. Licorice, almost like a tarriness, almost like a, you know, when you get rain on a tar road. And then a floral element, some violets, lavender. Oh, just really exquisite on the nose. On the palate, a nice full entry, but lovely silky tannins and a lovely powderiness to the tannins. Very typical to what we get on our Bordeaux blends in the Bannock. But yeah, we have the Magnums at the moment. This is our 2015 Ronicop Magnum, which is Merlot dominated. And we have some beautiful tastings at our tasting room where you can taste various of our wines from Magnums. So come and taste some Magnums, bring your friends, and always a great present or a great bottle of wine when you're having a lovely dinner party with friends. Cheers.